Hello, 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 and welcome to the fight against boredom. This is Ginger Binge. Today, we are taking it back to the original Xbox with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Let's get into it. The way this class system works is you have Scoundrel, Scout, Soldier. You also have your female counterparts for each class. And there is a difference between male and female in these games. The female class is able to persuade more easily and get better prices on things. However, they are weaker than the male class. I don't know why that is. That's just how the developers made the game. I'm probably going to go with Soldier. I haven't played this game in years, like probably before even the Xbox One came out. I'm definitely gonna do a custom character though. And just for a little heads up, any game that I play, I will always go through the customization options, because that is the biggest annoyance to me when I'm watching someone on YouTube do a playthrough, is they kind of skip over the customization, and you want to know if it's worth it to buy it. At least that's how I feel. This is your basic attributes. You get you get varying points for each class as well, and they affect you differently for each class. But I will let you pause and read these if you want to, so you know what they're about. And I will be back with you in 1 second once I figured out how to spend my points. So this is the loadout that I'm choosing for my soldier build. Obviously I'm going strength heavy right up front, so that way we can have a bit of punch to all our hits. Then I went with constitution, which is basically how much health and things like that you'll have. Intelligence, this basically, like when you level up, this determines how many points you get when you level, which is a big deal. And I went and made this one's charisma slightly higher than dexterity and wisdom, because this is what determines how persuasive you are when buying things and trying to deal with certain situations in the game. Same thing here. You get 12 points to put into your skills. I will let you read through these if you want. Just pause the video in the event that you haven't played this game already. So like I said, I know it's an older title, but it is probably one of my favorite games of all time. And that's why I'm putting it on my channel as one of my very first videos. Now, like I said, I haven't played this game in years, so I'm hoping it's as fun as I remember it being. Because it's kind of sucks how you remember something being epic and awesome, and then you go back to it years later and it's not as good as you remember. Hoping that's not the case, because this is one of my favorites. And like I said, just pause the video if you want to read these. and I will be back when I have decided how to spend them. This is the loadout that I've chosen. Obviously, I've put a little bit extra into treat entry because that's what heals you. Security is basically things like getting into doors that are locked and things of that nature, so having that right off the bat would be helpful. Persuasion is, like I said, this game is very heavy based on decision making. Like a decision you make at the beginning of the game can impact the ending of the game, and depending on whether you go light side or dark side will also depend on how the game is played. Awareness, I put a point on that because it lets you know, like, when enemies are around you. If they're invisible, they might not surprise you as quickly. Demolition, there are traps all over this game. This helps you disable them. Same as computer use. This is Star Wars, so obviously it's set in futuristic times and deep space. And there's computers, panels, you know, all kinds of things related to that skill point. Now here's where you basically equip, like, your perks, I guess would be a good word, maybe. But like I said, if you want to read what any of these are about, just pause the screen. And these that you see right here that I already have, these are due to me picking the soldier class. So if I would have picked the other two options, I would have had different perks. And you get different moves for different skills. So you get moves for, you know, blasters and rifles right here. And then if you keep going down, you get moves for your melee weapons, such as lightsabers and vibro blades and things of that nature. I'm going to go with this move right here because it does an extreme amount of damage, and the more you level up the move, the more it does. So as you can see here, this one requires level 4, this one requires level 8. I'm going to choose this. I'm not very good at naming, so I'm just going to use this. Seth Starry. He's the closest character to a Ginger, so I figured why not.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Who are you?
I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Who's that?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I've heard all about your reputation. Elite combat training, tops in your class. It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission. Word is the officers haven't seen a recruit with your kind of potential in 20 years. But all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts. We're soldiers. We're trained for combat. Bastila is gonna need men and women like us at her side during this attack.
Alright, let's go help this mysterious Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Alright, unless someone lets me know in the comments that they do not want to see all of the scavenging around for loot, I will probably leave that in. But, I mean, if you dislike seeing someone walk around checking treasure chests and things of that nature, just feel free to leave a comment
Okay,
down below and
let's
say,
move
hey,
out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
these are the people that will eventually hit our party.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
But yeah, if that's not your thing,
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
if that's not your thing and you don't want to see someone
This
scavenging
is Cardinal
around
Nassi.
for
The
loot,
Sith are threatening to overrun our
just leave
position. We can't hold
leave a
out long
comment down
against
below
this
saying,
firepower.
hey,
All
did you cut
hands
that
to
out?
the bridge.
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
let's move out.
That door's locked, and I don't have the codes to open it. You'll have to use your security skill on it if we want to get past.
Okay.
No problem. Got it. These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
For the Republic! See what I'm talking about, that move? Just did so much damage. Do they have loot? They do. I'm noticing since we're playing on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility that some of the photos for the items are a bit pixely, but it's okay. There we go, that's how you do different things.
Yes?
Dang, that move is so boss. Dang, I'm getting like so much stuff. Dang, why do we suck? Oh, I'm gonna hit them with a grenade. When you go out there wandering, the little red box right there, you can like load your, oh my god, I just almost died. You can predetermine how your move list will, or your moves will play out with that red box, meaning that like once you get into things with your force powers and things of that nature, you can choose to like force push the group and disperse them, and then like have your attacks follow up and then heal yourself. So you can like see how that strategy would lightsabers. You'll see how that strategy would like come into play there with like being able to.
It's a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, they could have used her help.
Oh shoot, I'm still almost dead. I forgot what I was saying too. Wait, will I even die in this like intro? Let's find out if I can die. And since this is the very beginning of the game. No, I don't think I can. Oh. Wow. I guess you can't die in the very beginning of the game, where it's kind of like teaching you how to do the buttons and things like that. The introduction. Wow, can't even give me a lightsaber. Also, I forgot to go over here. Oh, it's probably just a freaking locked door. I could get some parts out of it. You know what, I'm tired of seeing him run like a moron. So, thanks, medpack. Just use one of these. He still kind of runs like a moron. That's okay. That's nothing. No loot. Dang. I'm kind of. One thing you'll find out about me, I'm kind of addicted to collecting things. Ooh. How many? 1, 2. Oh, there's only 4 of them.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Well, that's not good. Let me stop and get all this loot first. Also, as a pro tip for finding things that are, you know, special items in the game, always check like behind random places like this. And that's for any game in general. I'm stuck, you moron. That's for any game in general, not just this one. That's how you find all the best items, is looking in places that are obvious, but you're kind of like, I don't want to take time to do that. Alright, let's level up here. Also, I would suggest for this game to level up your character yourself instead of doing auto level, so that way you get the moves and skill sets that you want. And this right here, this gauge right here to the left with light on the top and dark on the bottom, that is the type of person you are. So the more light side decisions you make, the more down the path of the Jedi you'll follow. And the more dark side decisions you make, the more Sith path you'll follow. You got 2 skill points. Let's see. throw it on here, on security, because there's nothing more annoying than coming up to a door that's locked and no one in your party can open it. Oh yeah, that's one-handed. So like if you're using a one-handed lightsaber instead of a double-bladed, for example. This feat reduces the attack penalty of characters wielding a double-bladed or two weapons. I guess I'm going to go with this. Whoops, keep forgetting gotta do X. Over the single. Because, you know, dual wielding would do more damage, right? Makes sense. Long sword does more than short sword. I'm assuming, yep, correct. Nothing else to put, nope. Also, it's not often that you get party members that will disappear, and sorry if this is your first time playing this game and I spoil this for you, but we're about to lose this dude. This is the only time I'll spoil something. And since we're about to lose him, you can do things like this. Switching over to his character and taking his stiff. So we'll just set him to none so he doesn't have anything equipped, since he's about to die anyway. You know, you're gonna take his blaster and you'll have an extra blaster for a useful party member later. And let's go. Wait, see, like I said, nothing there, but this is the kind of things you would look for to find those hidden items.
Something behind here.
See, he magically got a sword.
Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Oh no, we lost him. Thank you for your sacrifice.
This is Carth Onasi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
You're gonna have to wait because I'm the main character, and that's how it goes. Oh, that door's busted. See, that's all sparking up. Master at dodging these blaster bullets. Whoops.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
What should we do? I don't know if there's a difference in your experience points or not. Basically, we can, near the top left near the top left corner, that little horseshoe shaped thing, you can overload that and it will explode and kill all of them. But you have to use spikes, which are not always easy to find. Or you can reprogram him and use repair parts, which are much easier to find. I guess I'll do that, actually. Spikes are a little more valuable, in my opinion, than repair parts. And then he will go in there and take care of them for you. Oh, I thought he was going to. Oh, well, I guess this way you get some points. Oh, he did help a lot. Can I blow that up now? You get double the experience. No, I'm gonna keep the spikes. Wait, that guy has it. Ooh, he had a prototype. I wonder if that does any more damage. Is there anything else in here? No. Oh, my dead companions can't even give me something. Wow. Alright, what is this? Longsword. 1 to 6 damage. It says 1 to 10. I'll equip that. Yeah.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
Wow, this man was on the other side of this door, and he could have surprised them and ambushed them in the back and helped me out. And all he did was just sit there and watch. This is the last escape pod, and your only hope of survival. Yeah, dang right I'm gonna use that. Another awkward close-up.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever gonna wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
I had a strange dream, like a vision or something. Total stranger that I just met that didn't help me on the other side of the door.
I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
I guess I owe you my life.
You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Why is this girl so important?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
How can one person be so important? This is how I'm feeling. If Basila's a Jedi, she can take care of herself. Forget it! Guess I'll go with this one.
Basila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Basila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Basila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive. Basila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice. A luxury Basila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Basila's gonna escape Taris, she's gonna need our help. And we'll probably need hers.
I feel like this is the worst option to choose.
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Basila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Let's get out of here.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. And we can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. Can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Basila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Ooh, is there anything in here? Yep, there was. Nice. Okay, so first of all, like I said, your decisions will either point you down the light side path or the dark side path. So comment down below whether we should build our character around the Jedi or we should send him down the road of the Sith. That is all the time I have for this first episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm excited, very excited actually, to be playing this again, and hopefully this will be a fun little adventure together. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.